Good morning, everybody. I'm Sharon Wilcox, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you live from Chesapeake, Virginia. It's so good to be with you this morning. I hope everybody's had a wonderful week and it's done something inspiring, creative, fun. So let me know what you've been up to, okay? First thing I want to share with you is that this past month there were some ordering issues with the paper pumpkin, and because of that they have taken the current August paper pumpkin and put it into, good morning Michelle, they have put the paper pumpkin into the online store. So you can visit my website for my online store, and there you can purchase the paper pumpkin for August, even if you're not a member. So, um, something to think about, okay? It's a fun one, and I'm going to show you just how sweet this little box of goodies is. So let's hop down to my desktop. There we go. All right, so I haven't shown a paper pumpkin in a while, and sometimes I just get behind with things because of, COVID, being sick, being busy, and everything else. But um, this particular paper pumpkin was a lot of fun. And you'll notice the box is not orange. And it's a fun one because it was designed by Shelley. And in this box, you're going to get one of the ink spots, which is the Blackberry Bliss. You're also going to get your stamp set, and you can see my stamp set has been used quite a bit. It's quite lovely. The idea behind this is called the Hope Box. And what Shelley had intended was, if you're having days and times that are difficult during this time of our life, then use this box to fill it with pictures, notes, mementos, things that lift your spirit and make you happy. And so when you're feeling down, you can go into your little box and look at this, and it'll maybe make you feel a little bit better. The other part to this is that if you don't want to create a hope box for yourself, think of somebody that you know that is in need of some uplifting, and maybe put some things in there that would inspire them, make them feel a little better, and send it to them, which I think is a real fun idea. All of the instructions with every paper pumpkin kit comes full color, and it tells you, or it doesn't really tell you, let me rephrase that, it shows you step by step how to make things. It's extremely simple. So one card, here's card 1, card 2. So if you can look at the pictures, you can do this. The fun thing about the paper pumpkin is that you don't have to follow and do exactly as they suggest. You can do it however you want. And I'm going to show you some alternative ideas with this as well. One of the things you get in here is this huge spool of this ribbon, and this is amazing. It's like gauze. So it ties beautiful, and it's just so soft. So this is part of the kit as well. Let me show you how these stamps were designed. Get this out of the way for a moment. So this is one of the card designs, just as they had suggested we use it. And I stamped a little stamp on the inside. It says, "Where there is hope, there is faith." And you get the paper to stamp these words on. Let me see, what else do I have left in this box? I have a ton of stuff left. I'm going to pull this out because I just want to show you a few things about this. I know I'm jumping all over, but it's kind of how I am today. Okay, so you'll see a ton of stuff. You'll see I still haven't done some of the cards. The envelopes are stunning. I love the envelopes. This is the envelope that goes with this particular card. Look at the back of this envelope. Isn't that beautiful? And this would just absolutely be a gorgeous, uplifting card to send to somebody. Let me see if I can find one of the card fronts. You had 9 cards, and some of them are pink with a splatter. Some of them are pool party and plain. They're all white on the inside. This is the card front for this one. So underneath this beautiful design, you have this solid card with the designs on it. Let me see. This one's for the front of the box. I know there it is. This is what I did. I just punched this out and attached it to this, just as the directions said to do. But you're going to see other fun things that I've done with that. So that's one of the cards. Another card, and this one was not my favorite until I made it, and I absolutely love it. Just a note of hope, and I think that's just gorgeous too. Hi Nadine, I see you jumped on there. And I stamped some little butterflies. These little butterflies came in the kit, so all you do is punch them out and attach them. Look how fun this is. You get 12 of these in the pack. So you can do lots of other things with them, and you'll see that on some of my other designs, what I did. And the envelope to match this card is this one. This is probably my favorite envelope. Look how adorable that is. And then the other card that they had designed for this kit is this one. And this splattered piece here, this is included in the kit. You don't have to do that, as well as this watercolor one in the background. And you see these beautiful jewels. I probably forgot to put them on these others, but the cards are still pretty. The words hope and tomorrow are popped up. Those come in the kit. You don't have to stamp them or anything. You just pop them up. I did stamp our words, always hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. Boy, isn't that the truth? Speaking of that, I belong to an organization called PEO, and one of our oldest sisters in this group is, she recently turned 106, and it's probably been 2 years since I spoke with her, but she was quick as a whip still. She was actually she was the first woman high diver in the Olympics back in 1922, I believe it was. High board diver. Just an amazing woman. Unfortunately, she passed away this Sunday. So her daughter is also one of our PEO sisters, so one of the cards I'm making today will be for her. But isn't this just gorgeous? Just beautiful. Now these are just exactly how Stampin' Up! And the artist designed these, okay? And they are beautiful, but I felt like I wanted to do something different too. This card, let me show you that envelope because it is gorgeous. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, I love these cards. I love Paper Pumpkin. And if you want to get this kit, as I said, it is in my online store, so you can go directly there to my website and purchase this. So let me show you an alternative. Remember this piece here? Now, how do you think that's going to look on black? Let me show you. Ooh, kind of psychedelic, isn't it? I love it. I love it. But let me show you the card. Look how pretty that card is. Now for this one, I did bring in some words other than what was in the kit. I brought in biggest wishes. This is a really fun birthday set. So if you're looking for a fun birthday set, this is a nice one. It has your words like in different fonts. So you have birthday here, but you have this one here. You have thanks and thanks, you're happy, your hello, and your friend. So you have a couple ways of doing it, and you'll see here where this was stamped in Melon Mambo and then birthday over top of it. I did add some little jewels that came in with the kit. That's nothing extra that I added. The only thing extra is my black cardstock. And even this white cardstock, there were several note cards in the kit. So, and then on the inside, this is the exact size of the little card they gave us. And the scraps from cutting this down are adhered inside. So it makes a fun card. But this on black is stunning. Now let me show you the other side of this. Yes, it's white, but can you imagine how beautiful a black and white card is with this? You like color? Flip it over. I just love this. Love, love, love this. I think it's just gorgeous. Another one that I did, and this time you're wondering where this came from. Well, guess what? I cut apart an envelope. Which envelope was it? It was this envelope. So there's the flap on the envelope, and I used it right here. And you notice the tags. Let me show you the tags under here. Now, you see, there's those sequins, self-adhesive. Ooh, they're so pretty. You notice they give you, we had 3 words of hope, and then we had these in the foreign language. Well, I popped that out. I used this side, okay, and I stamped my words, thanks, okay, on this side. And I popped out another foreign language because I'm never going to use these foreign language ones. And I layered it right over top of that, just to give you a little color on there. Isn't that sweet? So just because they give you these foreign language things that you may not use, don't pitch them. You've got beautiful white tags or layering tags. How about that? Isn't that a sweet idea? Love that. Okay. This is another little tag that came in the kit, and I stamped the words hello, added some jewels. I did bring in my own basic white base for the card, but remember these? I just had to do something with them. So I cut off the one end, attached it to that to make a cute, simple card. And I love note cards. I stamped some of the little flower stamp inside. And oh, here's more of this envelope. See? Cut that envelope apart and use this for a background. Butterflies were already cut. There's some of that gorgeous ribbon. Brought in some of my own Melon Mamba cardstock. And I did stamp this with the old Blackberry Bliss. You know, this is the other thing about these kits, is that on your instructions, right on here, it tells you what colors go with this. Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee. That's where I got the idea to bring in Bumblebee ribbon, because it says, oh, Bumblebee. And I found this little tag in there and thought it was adorable. So there you go. Even Poppy Parade, Pool Party, Petal Pink, and Melon Mamba. So really, everything you need and more is right there in that little kit. Okay, so there's this beautiful card. Stamped a butterfly on the inside that comes in your stamps. And then the last alternative that I did was this one. And I haven't made a belly band for a card in a while, and I thought this one required a belly band. So here is more of another envelope. I cut it apart. It's this envelope, just like this. And there's the other side. So you can just use your basic white envelopes for these and use your envelope, cut them apart to make creative designs. This is a piece of the paper that came in there. I cut it in half. Another one of these lovely little banners. I just love those. And I made the belly band out of Melon Mamba. You pull the belly band down, open your card to reveal the inside note card. Isn't that sweet? I just love these type of cards. I love fun folds, things I haven't done in a while. Belly bands used to be a really big thing, and what gave me the idea to even do that belly band was the fact that in this card kit, Stampin' Up! Included stuff. I'm trying to get this stuff put away here real quick. Look, I have so much stuff left. So much, and I'm so excited about it all. And let's take this. This says always hope because you never know what tomorrow will bring. It's a nice big long one. And I'm going to stick these back in there. You know, you even get these little mini glue dots. I love the size of these. They're just perfect for all of this. Because some of these butterflies are tiny. You get a big sheet of dimensionals as well. So I saved all of the little pieces from other stamps. Here's a piece of the envelope. Here are the pieces that you get for stamping on and punching them out when you're all done. And let me show you, if I can do it quick enough and do it correctly, I will. So those of you that know me know that I really do come on here live as is. I don't practice ahead of time, which is obvious, I guess. I don't, I know what I'm going to talk about, but I don't have things written down. I don't have names. I don't have colors. And I also can't find my belly. Oh, there's my belly band. I just don't pre-write a script or anything like that because it's not me. It's just not me, and I don't think you would enjoy it if I did that. Okay, so what you get is the real me, guys. So here's how this belly band that came in this kit works. Let's see, I've not tried this yet. I don't understand why there's that extra little fold there, but let's figure it out. This fits perfectly. You're going to cover that up. This fits perfectly here, and you'll fold that around. That one, there you go, just like that. So let's do that. Let me grab my adhesive, and I will be using the Stampin' Seal Plus. I love it. It's my favorite. And just add a little bit of that right here and attach that belly band. You want it loose enough, and it is, so that it'll slide on and off of your box, you know, so that you can get into it, or if you decide to send it to somebody else. Then they had wanted you to take this ribbon and tie a big beautiful bow over here, but I'm not quite sure if I can do a bow quite as fast. And actually, I'm probably not even going to do this completely but just to show you here. Look how nice that ties. Oh my gosh, this is like amazing ribbon. Can I just say that? I love this. Oh, love it. Okay, so you'll have your belly band on there. Let's push it up there because it bothers me. There. And the idea was to take this huge butterfly that they've cut out, attach it, and then just add these embellishments wherever you want. They had them all right on there. Oh, look how cute and delicate this little flower is. Love that. Okay, so this is the idea behind all of this. So, and I would bring in some more of the little flowers, and maybe they ask you to. I don't know. I don't have that, but and create. I think you could create a beautiful bow with this instead of just doing the little knot. But there you go. So I'm going to dress this up another time because I really want to take the time and think about it and add some jewels and do some fun things with it. But I think it's a wonderful little idea for a hope box because sometimes we all need a little inspiration. Oh, I forgot about this piece. This little piece is designed to go, look at that. That perked it up a little bit. Yep. Love that. I think I'll make this and send this to somebody. I know somebody who could use a little uplifting. So, okay, let's move on. I hope you like this paper pumpkin and know that you can go get it, or you can subscribe. You can just purchase this one today if you want. But, oh, also, I wanted to tell you about this. Look what's coming for next month. Haunts and Harvest. How exciting is that? I'm excited. So, August 11th was the beginning, but you have until September the 10th. That's the last day to order it. So if you want to get this Haunts and Harvest paper pumpkin delivered to your door, do it by September 10th. You can go to my online store to do that, okay? So, question. How many of you notice this beautiful stamp in the holiday July through December catalog? This is gorgeous, and it's one big beautiful stamp. So let me show you something cute and fun. At least I think that's what I was planning on. Yes. So what I'm going to do is use some vellum and our Stamparatus. I love this little tool. I only have the one. I need to zoom out here, girls. Hang on. This is just a smidge too close. Nope, that's not my zoom. Let's try that again. No, that's not my zoom. Oh, there. That's a little better, I think. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on the vellum. And we're going to add this in here. And you can use this, but I don't think I cut my vellum, this magnet to hold it in place. I may not have cut my vellum quite the right, quite big enough. I didn't want to go too terribly big. I just cut it in quarter. I lay that on top of where I want my image to be stamped. Give that a little firm, and now we're ready to ink up. And in this case, because I'm stamping on vellum, I'm going to ink it up in my Versamark ink pad, which is not here on my desk. How do you think you're so well organized that you got it all together? But guess what? I have a second one of these ink pads. So there you go. The Versamark ink pad gives you tone on tone, and it's perfect for embossing. So when you do this, it's clear ink, so you really are not going to see it. If you look in the light, you'll be able to see that your stamp became nice and shiny. Because this is a large stamp, I want you to take extra care to get the center, because sometimes that's where we miss. But of course, using our Stamparatus, we can actually go back and stamp it a second time if we don't get it perfect. But the problem with that sometimes is, like, I'm not going to be able to use that, I don't think. Oh, yeah, maybe I am. Yeah, it's going to hold it in place. So nice pressure, and you want pressure in the center too, okay? Because this is where we miss a lot of times when we're stamping. Now, the crazy part about this is you're not going to be able to see. Oh, I found my other Versamark. It was right where it should have been. You're probably not going to be able to see this, but that's okay. Let me pull this off, and what I have in this container, as you can see, is a lot of gold embossing powder, and this is how it comes in these little jars. I just find it much easier to have it in a big plastic tray like that. So I'm going to take my image, peel it off, and we're going to hope that it's stamped nice, because at this point I cannot reposition it since it came up. My magnet wasn't on there quite so great. I literally will pour a bunch of this on here. Now you're starting to see my image. And shake it off. Shake it all off. You need more? Go inside of your little bucket. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to touch where you added ink, and you don't want to touch where you actually put the powder. I flip it over, knock off any excess powder. I think that looks pretty good. You can see all that gold powder. It's not permanent until you heat set it. I don't know, it's been a while since I've shown you guys heat embossing, and I know most of you already know how, but for those who don't, just bear with us, okay? But this is so gorgeous that I had to show it to you. So this is a heat tool. You'll hear it running. Let me get it in the thing. It's about 450, 500 degrees, so it's extremely hot. And as soon as it gets warm, you'll start to see this changing. Can you see? It's gold. That is melting the powder. Of course, a lot of people ask if they can use a hair dryer, but a hair dryer is not as hot as this. Stampin' Up's heat tool is really quite amazing. You do want to protect your fingers. A lot of times I just have a little clipboard, but today I didn't pull that out. From cooking and doing a lot of this, my fingers are not quite as sensitive as some people's. But you see how beautiful, how gold, shiny, all of that becomes. And you just move it around until it melts. You don't want to hold it in one spot, because if you do, it will over melt that powder. And let me get this turned off. Oh, I see a spot. And let's see if you can see it. You should be able to see that. Over here, it's not as shiny. You see that? Let me give it a little shot. And poof, now she's shiny. And I'm also working in much dimmer light, even though it doesn't look dim on the screen. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Now here's the thing about vellum. I love vellum, and when you heat emboss on vellum, you're going to turn this over. This is the side we just embossed, but we're going to work on the back side. And I'm going to pick out a couple of colors. I actually have real red, I think granny apple green. I brought in another mossy meadow, and this is probably old olive and real red, or even cherry cobbler. Maybe I'll use the cherry cobbler. These are two of my favorites that I use at Christmas time all the time. But I want this to be a little darker from the back side, so I am going to use this um, mossy meadow color. Okay, now I use the brush tip of my marker, and these are our Stampin' Right markers. These are not our alcohol-based markers. And I promise you I won't do all of this. It looks like a lot to color, but it will go so fast. And I'm only going to do a tiny little bit here so you can see. So I've got the holly leaves first because I want them. Holly is dark, and well, it can have some light in it too, but my holly leaves are going to be fairly dark, at least from the back side. Okay, and then you don't have to be perfect either. Actually, it's better if you're not, in my personal opinion. So anybody can color this. You can get your child to color this in. Just stay within the lines. Also, these Stampin' Right markers do take a little bit of time to dry. So don't hurry that up. You can switch this out using different shades of green. It's your design. When I flip this over, you will be simply amazed at how cute this looks. And you see, I'm really just rubbing this color in there. But before I flip it and show you, let's pull in a little bit of red. Now I'm using the brush tip. The wider band on here says brush, and this is a fine point. So use your brush point and color these in. And really, there's really not coloring to do. It's just a little touching to that little berry. And it may be a different kind of greenery, but in my in my image, it's going to be berries. Okay. Again, it's your artwork, and you create it how you want it to look. So that's all I'm going to do for right now, so you can see. So it's really ugly, but look, it's beautiful. Let me stick this behind it. Can you see that? Oh, it is so pretty. I just love this technique. And let me show you a couple of cards that I have created. The first one is that design, and bring it up closer. I did pull in a holiday set that is, let me find it real quick. It is called Christmas to Remember, and I love the words, and I used love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. And I think I used this Merry Christmas on the inside, but look how beautiful that is. I backed it, this is my vellum, and I backed it with vanilla, and then I added this gold, which is really hard to see on there, but this is actually gold vellum. So it's very delicate looking. And on the inside, more of the vanilla and our Merry Christmas. And I cut out a tag and cherry cobbler. And using this tag set, tailor-made tags, which I love. And after I had finished it and was looking at it, I wish I had cut one of these out in gold to attach. So I will fix that because I really feel that that would just prick that right up. And if you wanted to, you could add some jewels to it, but I just thought it was gorgeous as is, just like that. What do you think? Do you like this one? I just love this stamp. I love this technique, and it's fun, fast, and easy. So you can emboss these if you're doing this for a Christmas card, and that part goes fast. And then sit in front of the TV and color and do. So that's a real easy thing to do. This one, I used the gold again, but this time I did no coloring. I embossed the gold on our newest green. And what is that green called? Oh, let me look really quickly, guys. It is Evening Evergreen. Okay, Evening Evergreen. That's what that is. And you know that I can't do Christmas without my red rhinestones. I love them. Peace, joy, and love. This is a set that I've had for a while called Inspired Thoughts. And I do love it because it's a thank you. It's got some Christmas. It has sympathy. It just has a lot of different things in here, different verses. It even has a congratulations. You see that? But it's a wonderful stamp set of words. I have a lot of word sets that have different fonts, and they kind of inspire me when I start looking at my words as to how to create a card sometimes too. And on this one, I did use some of our gold paper back here, and the inside I used the ivory again. Okay, and wishing you all the beautiful gifts of Christmas on the inside. And I used a portion of that stamp. Actually, this portion right here to stamp this. And I literally just inked that piece up. Okay, you can either do it with a marker or very carefully with an ink pad to create the inside of the card. And then I did the envelope as well, which I think is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And I love the vanilla with this. I just think it's very pretty. And then the last card I created with this set, I did it in white. And this is heat embossed again. All three of these I heat embossed because it's so gorgeous. And I don't do a lot of embossing except for Christmas time or very special cards. Once again, here are my red rhinestones, which I love. And I did use a punch called Label Me Lovely. And it really is a lovely punch. I just love that. And then my words came from this one that I used earlier, Christmas to Remember. Friends like you make this season special. Isn't that wonderful? I love that. And I did tie a bow using some of our wonderful, it's a sparkly white ribbon. Can you see the sparkles in there? Very pretty. I don't think you can see it on the, there it goes. There you go. And on the inside, I used the Christmas, and I did need a little extra something, so I apologize for bringing in yet another set, but I brought in Peaceful Deer for this. But I'm sure you girls have plenty of other little things you could use. I could have, again, just stamped this portion or any portion of this in here in red. I could have done without bringing in that other set, but it was sitting there and they just kind of talked to me, and how that is sometimes. And I added those to the envelope, which I thought made it very, very pretty. Now I do have one more thing to show you. And as you know, we are in what we call celebration, the second one this year for Stampin' Up, making history, doing 2 celebrations in 1 year. And of course, I love that. And let me find the card. It was right here. Enjoy looking at these while I look for that card real quick. There it is. There's my card. Okay. So what card I made it using a free celebration set. And I also used pull some of this stuff out of my way. I also used an oval punch, which I love this double oval. Look at my fingernail. One of my little red jewels stuck to my fingernail. I love that. You just never know. Sometimes my dogs have sequins on them. It's kind of a funny thing. So in celebration, that means if you spend $50 to $100, you get to pick something free out of this catalog. And the good news is I heard most of you girls have gotten your catalogs. All of you that are watching right now, if you asked for one, you should have received it from me. So what I did on this particular card was I used basic border dies, which I love. I've shown you these before, but I used this triangle one. You see right here's my little card. I used the new Delicate Dahlias, which I love. I love all the words. You inspire me. Oh, so happy for you. Thank you kindly. And sending heartfelt sympathy. I think it's gorgeous. Now, what I love about the stamp set is that if you enjoy coloring, you stamp this dia and you color to your heart's content. And there's another little flower in here and a leaf. But if you don't like coloring so much, then this is called a distinctive stamp. And you see the light and the dark in this image and this one, and you leave a little bit. When you ink this up and stamp it, it gives you different tones. And so it's a 2-step. So you ink it up and stamp it over top of this one. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips. So let's look at this card a little closer. Isn't it gorgeous? I did use the new Peony Freesia, which I love that color. And I used basic black. And for my leaves, honestly, these are 2 different colors. You may be able to see it, but there wasn't enough variation on this to really matter. And the reason I did 2 different colors because I wasn't sure which one I wanted, but I knew I wanted 2. So when they came up to be almost exactly the same, I decided to use them both. This is some of our designer series paper. It's 6x6, and you can get them in the in colors. You can get them, which this is, I believe, no, this is the subtles. So it has all the colors of the subtle inks and markers in this paper, and there's different designs. So you can get it in the neutrals and the brights and so on and so forth. So check those out. I love the 6x6. Using that little triangle border, I cut out a black and one of those papers, and I did cut out others because I wasn't sure what color I was going to do my dia, and I wasn't sure which one I would like better. So Look at that. They all came from the soft settles, and honestly, any of them would have been beautiful. You can see. I love it. Love it. Um, so that's what I did there, and it's a basic white stamp, and then I put a dahlia on the inside. So, um, let me give you a couple of quick tips. And let me see, here's a, no, that's not scrap. Let me grab a scrap piece of white paper real quick. This one will do. And let me grab a little swifter here to clean off. I have some embossing powder where I don't want it from earlier. And I just cut a little swifter into fourths and use that to clean up. On this stamp, I'm going to ink this up, and then we're going to be finished here, girls. Winding this up, but I wanted to share this with you because I don't want you to get this stamp and then say, well, pooh, this is too hard to do, because it can be, but it doesn't have to be. So I ink this up in black, and can you see, let me flip it back. Can you see this mark? Let me grab my scissors. Can you see that mark right there? Okay, I made that mark there. That is a black marker, and that marks the top for me. So I'm going to stamp this. I'm sorry, it's not in the screen. You can see part of it. Okay, do that one. And then using my fresh freesia, you'll notice that the two-step one has that marking as well. Okay, see that? And all that is showing me where to align things up. So I have it here, I have it here, and poof, they're going to align up really nice. So let's give that a try. Now this is a light colored ink, and you may not be able to see all the ink on there. Well, you can kind of see that, yeah. But wait until you see it when I put it on. Now let's see, I do need to kind of get over top of it, so if my little head gets in the way, I apologize, but can you see how that's lining up pretty darn good? Right there. Ooh, and then you see all that color. Give it a nice firm press and lift, and look at that gorgeous, gorgeous flower. All the different tones of color. And in this, it almost looks white, like, grab this again. This one right here, these really light ones, they look white on my screen. They're not. They actually have color. Oh, it's so pretty. So that is how I created this. Okay? Very, very fun, very simple, and it is stunning. So this will be going out to my friend Lynn, whose mother just passed, and I think that'll make her happy. Okay, let's hop back up here. There we go. Alrighty, I hope that you enjoyed today. Oh, I got a little wire hanging down there. I love coming to meet with you ladies so very much. It really does my heart good. I'm not ready to do classes in the home just yet, but we'll see. This COVID is hanging around a bit, and with all the different variants, I don't want to take any chances that that anybody would get sick. So to have a in-person, you know, and we really do a lot of touching and handling and everything with our stamps. So I think for right now, we're going to do this. And I promise you, I am working, thinking, trying to figure out the best way to do a little online stamping with me at the same time as I stamp. So stay tuned. I'll get it together. It's a constant this past week. Of course, if you follow my regular Facebook, then you know that we had yet another death in the family. My dear, dear cousin that I lost the 1st of July and was in Cincinnati for her funeral. Um, Her daughter passed away. We don't know all the details just yet. They're doing a autopsy on her. But yeah, so um, it just seems like it's a constant stream of deaths and sickness and everything. So it'll get better. But please keep the Willman family in your prayers. It's a big loss again. So, anyways, until next Thursday, let's do something fun. Let's do something creative. I would love, love, love for you girls to share any hand stamped card you have made using any Stampin' Up products only, please. And if you share a card with me and you can post it right here, you can upload it right on here, then everybody can see it as well. And if you do that, I will put your name in a drawing. And I have 4 different stamp sets that I would love to send out to 4 different people. So let's see how many of you can do that. And I would love it if you would share my Facebook Lives so that we can get a little bit bigger of an audience. Okay? So until next Thursday, ladies, have a wonderful week and happy stamping. Bye bye.